Yo, hello, and welcome to the Duo's Corner. I am DJ, your host, and sorry for being a day late and a dollar short with this review. This has been quite a weekend. Wasn't bad, wasn't good, but we made the most of it. It's one of those, a bunch of lemons happened, but we made lemonade. Yeah, this is just a very bare bones. Well, not bare bones. I'm gonna still give you the content, the words, and my feelings about the pay per view. But all like the cool transitions and images and all that shit that YouTube tell you to do, so you could get views or whatever. I ain't gonna do that today because it's crazy. It's 8 o'clock. I'm hungry. Have no weed, but I do want to talk about Money in the Bank. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it ugly? Was it? It was, as I said in my preview, personally, and this is just my opinion, which is beautiful. It was very mid. There were some decisions they made I was for. I felt like that was perfect. Some of them was kind of head scratching because I just don't understand the purpose of it, and a lot of shit happened that's not gonna really go anywhere. That's another thing. But let's just really get into it. And of course, yes, we know the truth that's in the room. Which, if you go to my other video where I talked about like this could possibly be a work or this could be a bigger story, it was kind of obvious our truth was coming. The crowd kept chanting him because if they didn't want you, they chanted his name, they would have dubbed out his fucking voice on the TV. They kept mentioning about the contract, then he declined the contract, so they kept his name relevant all throughout all of this. Because typically, like, Carlito is gone. They have not mentioned Carlito at all. But truth, they kept mentioning him. Wrestlers or, it could be a work of a work. But yes, people, you got worked. Period. Because a lot of people are like, oh, it's bullshit, Triple H is racist. I'm like, yeah, bro, calm down. Let the story play out. And I think the biggest giveaway was last week's SmackDown when Cena just said, you can't handle the truth. I'm like, oh, well, yep, truth's coming back. So enough of that. Let's just get into the review here. So I'm not going to go in no particular order. I'm just going to just hit shit how I hit it. Damn, like Seth Rollins won the Money in the Bank. Fucked up my sweep. I would have been 4-0. Thank you, Seth Rollins, you asshole. He overcame Solo Sikoa, Andrade, Penta, LA Knight, and El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable. Literally, of course, he had Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed helped him out. And we knew that. And then Jacob Fatu finally turns on Solo, which I was like, fucking yes, let's go. I want to see this program. It's going to be a good program for the United States Championship. This is going to be great. In my preview, when I was going through my matches, going through the match card and all that shit, I felt that LA Knight should have won this. He needed it. And it's like now I don't understand where you go now with LA Knight. What do? He was in the United States race. He kind of out of that. They kind of had him talking in the top tier, but he's not going to do that. Are they going to maybe push him and Cena again? I don't know. But I just felt like giving it to Seth Rollins didn't make any sense because he didn't need it. Seth is already a mega, well, not a mega star, but he's a superstar there. He's a walking Money in the Bank. He's like the Charlotte Flairs. And just like Rhea Ripley really didn't have no business being in there because it's like you could just go at Rhea just fucking, walked into WrestleMania just because she said I'm Rhea Ripley and I want a fucking title shot. So they could do that. So it's like Seth walking around with the briefcase. It has to be a very quick and immediate cash in. He can't walk around with this motherfucker for a whole year because it's like, dude, you took that away from somebody. I remember the Money in the Bank in its origin when Edge, was doing it. It meant something. It was to start the next superstar. And it's like now it's becoming that dread word. I hate to say plot devices, and I don't like this. But nevertheless, Seth Rollins is a 2-time Money in the Bank winner, and we'll see where he goes. Then on the women's side, bam, Naomi, Trinity, let's go. She was the 100% pick to win this. Her story, her work, everything that she's doing is so incredible. There was no other way to go other than Naomi winning this Money in the Bank. I cannot wait to see the shit she talks on SmackDown. The anticipation for SmackDown is lit. Naomi once again, yes. Again, the ladies looking good, man. Roxy Perez, Maria, of course, Stephanie Valkyrie, Julia, Alexa Bliss is like the talent in the women's division is amazing right now. And moving right on, we have Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. This match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship was by far the best match on the card. 100%. 100% the best match on the card. Let me repeat that. These two went out here and put on a clinic. They have great wrestling chemistry. They lay it in. Everything they do looks good. Even though I predicted in my predictions video that Becky was going to win, and she did. But I said I didn't feel like that was the right decision, and I didn't. And I'll put it to you like this. It was a good match. Becky won with the tights, which we knew that. And then she had her hold her hand up, part of their little stipulation, and then, she got to drop the finish on her, and she walked out tall, but no belt. She looked like a goober when she lost. She looked as stupid. And I felt like if you really wanted to make Lyra a star, I would have booked it just a tad bit better. I would have just did this. I would have said, you know what? We're going to go into the match, and we're going to create like a dusty finish. I would have had them go in there, have maybe Valkyria hit her with the finisher, put the pins on her, then maybe Becky's leg is underneath the rope or hands on the rope or whatever. The ref didn't see it. She wins. Now that'll give Becky to say, no, motherfucker, look at the footage. That doesn't count. I get one more shot at you at SummerSlam, and we'll create a stipulation that it has to be a winner, whether if it's a last woman standing match or a cage match or something, and then you have Valkyria win. I felt like if Lyra got a full sweep on Becky, you would have just put her on the map the way she should be. And that wouldn't hurt Becky Lynch. Remember, Triple H lost 3 times in a row to Batista, and it didn't hurt Triple H at all. Because, Triple H was that superstar at the time, just like Becky Lynch is right now. So I don't know what the tit for tat, like, again, it's like Becky is like, you don't really even need the belt. So you just added another belt to accolade, Becky all the belts. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm happy I was right in my prediction, but I didn't think this one was the right way to go. I felt like Lyra should have swept this trilogy. But we already know she's going to drop it back at SummerSlam, and Lyra's going to get it. So that's just a future prediction there. And then we had a bonus match in here. We had Dominic retain the IC title against Octagon Jr. It was a kind of an impromptu match after the Worlds Collide. They got into it, and it was a quick, fast squash match basically. Dominic hit his greatest hits, frog splash, bada bing, bada boom. Even though this was a quick match, I'm happy that we got to see the Intercontinental Championship on a pay-per-view. I'm happy we got to see Jacob Fatu just as the United States champion on the pay-per-view. We have to. These are your champions. We have to make sure they're showcased in some type of way, shape, or form to keep the audience engaged with these guys. So I like that they added this, and this was good. So we move on to a main event with Cody versus Jay, John Cena, and Logan Paul. The match is just mad. I'm sorry. It's like, Cena, of course, at this age, his body is brittle as cookies. So he's not going to do nothing crazy. I'm sick of Cody and Jay with their very limited moveset. They're very methodical. Logan is, at least he's everywhere. He's kind of, he takes chances and do shit. I would have to say the star of this was Logan Paul. I can't believe I'm saying that. This was, like you said, by the books type of heel babyface tag team match. All the, hot tags, slow crawls, all that stuff. There was a point in here where Cena and Logan Paul kind of got into it where it was like Logan was like, "Bro, what are you doing?" I'm trying to show you, and he's like, "Motherfucker, show me." And they're like shoving each other. It was just stupid. It was like this was interesting, but it's like it's not gonna go anywhere. You know, it's like what the fuck. Like if you guys can't work together, why did y'all choose to even go through with this? But whatever. Cena's going to finish with Cena basically doing the same thing. Like he should even do the AA. If you got 2K25, his finishing move is just to go get the title and hit you with it. So he went there, hit Cody with the title, looking like he's about to win. Guy in a hoodie run out. As soon as I saw the black ankles, I'm like, oh duh, this is R-Truth. And I ain't mean that I'm African American, so calm down. Like I said, his ankles, you saw the shade of his color under his pants leg. I'm like, okay, it's R-Truth. Got to be careful. Calm down. And he speared him, beat up Cena, and ended up costing him the match. So that was really cool. That R-Truth is back. It was a nice swerve, a nice work to the fans that are that's cool. Hopefully that story will go somewhere. Hopefully we could add this R-Truth into there because there's more meat on the bones with that. If they don't want to run him with like Cena or run him with Cody right away, which I feel like they should get back to that towards SummerSlam. I feel like it should be SummerSlam where these guys kind of go back at it each other. I was thinking about putting a video together explaining who I think his last opponent will be. And if it doesn't happen at SummerSlam, this individual, I will put that video together who I really believe his last opponent is going to be. And that's going to probably be the guy to get him. But nevertheless, that was Money in the Bank. It was it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It was what it was. It was mid. Like I said, I'm really kind of scared to death for LA Knight because I don't know where he goes from here. Like I don't know. I don't know where he goes. I mean who does he fight? It's like it's insane. He's over as hell. There's no denying that. He's over as fuck. But he got to get some type of gold around his waist. Or you got to put him in a program that could work. It's like right now he's just shooting blanks. It's like no one knows who he is. No one knows what's going on. He's eating loss after loss after loss. And it's just brutal. It's just brutal. So, here's some potential things I was thinking about where storylines can likely go and what can happen. So, Seth Rollins, Money in the Bank. Power and payoff, obviously. Now, as a 2-time Money in the Bank winner, now he has immense leverage. You have the world champion Jey Uso and the undisputed champion John Cena. Who is he going to target? Who is he going to get? Is it Jey? Is it Cena? Night of Champions is on the horizon. Just saying. Don't know. We got Naomi. We got a heel boss in the waiting. Naomi's heel turn has gelled nicely. She has embraced this. She has mastered this. She has made love to this. This is amazing. With briefcase in hand, she's a ticking time bomb to strike. Most likely it's Tiffy time. Might be over. Or she might hit up Io Sky. Or even Bianca Belair. What if she gets the belt from one of these people? Nevertheless, SmackDown's women's scene is going to be lit. Obviously, Becky and Lyra saga continues. This rivalry is really heating up to one of the best in the mid-card right now. I don't think the third title should happen at Night of Champions. I think it should really be SummerSlam. I really want it to be SummerSlam. I want it to be in the States. I want it to really kick some ass. And then, of course, we have Cena and Logan Paul. Cena's farewell tour. They lost. Now Cena is he locked back in on Cody? Will he come out and talk some shit to Logan Paul saying he fucked something up? Could we possibly see John Cena and Logan Paul at Night of Champions? It's possible. They teased a little dissension and it got a little physical. But here's the thing. I don't think Cena can go out on a losing note. But I do think there's one guy that can definitely get him. Now, I just mentioned, we talked about R-Truth's return. Is it fan service? Did the return feel organic? Or was it just the heat from the fans? Did WWE legitimately fuck this up and say we have to bring him back? But hey, he could slide back into that. It could be another potential competitor at Night of Champions for Cena. And not an R-Truth will get a Ron Killings. Maybe a more serious, no longer looking at him as his childhood hero, which makes no sense. That could be a potential shake-up there. And right now, the bloodline daddy, this is what I'm loving. Jacob is on his own. The lone wolf, legit. Turned on Solo, it was huge. The fans was waiting for this. And now this epic bloodline story with him versus Solo is going to be very, very good. I'm loving this. Now, could The Rock or Roman Reigns play a position in this? Who knows? But I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Here's just some possible predictions. I feel Rollins is going to cash it in at Night of Champions, targeting a world champion. I think he's going to get Jay. That's what I'm predicting. And then also, I feel like Naomi will threaten cash in soon, but she's probably not going to pull the trigger until a particular person get that belt. I think Cena versus Rhodes, I think the sequel is going to happen at SummerSlam. In a grudge match, 100%. I think it's going to be, I think part 2 is going to happen at SummerSlam. Because there might be a trilogy too. And then maybe there's some more shenanigans. Who knows? I also believe the best of 3 of the showdown is going to take place at SummerSlam and Lyra's going to retain. 100%. R-Truth or Ron Killings, he's going to definitely have a program, I think, is at leading up to Night of Champions. And I don't think it's going to be a tag match. I think it's going to be a singles match. And I'm predicting that R-Truth might win, but it might be something similar to like a Dusty finish, which will be perfect. He wins but doesn't win the belt, but he still kind of has that moment. And then we're going to potentially, unfortunately, I feel a prediction, we're going to get another Bloodline Civil War with Fatu and Solo Sikoa in the singles, with Roman Reigns or possibly The Rock being the arbitrators of this. So, please, tomorrow, check out Raw, SmackDown this week to check out the Fallout, Night of Champions on June 28th. And then we'll be on our way to SummerSlam. Like always, appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you for being patient. And I will definitely see you in the next time. And we are out.